How to beat all hard rifts in under 2 minutes. So first up is Deep Gorge, and the build we're using was Buzzkill, Vitamins, Life Jacket, Sheldon, Snacks, Vampire Teeth, Laser, and all pet rings. So let's dive into the run and see how we done it. So Deep Gorge, it's not too difficult because Buzzkill makes life easy, and on the run up to the boss, you just want to spawn your Sheldon and get your bees up, and just hack and slash at the ads on the way. And once everyone's bees and Sheldons are up, especially with the life jackets, you're just going to rush all the way through these ads, do a massive damage. And when you come to the bridge area in the little corner, just be a bit mindful of that area because there's a lot of DPS in that corner from the enemies. So just be mindful of that area. And then when you get to the boss, again, it's just rinse and repeat. Hack and slash the boss. Let your bees and Sheldons do the work. Try to avoid the attacks from the boss if you can. It does indicate with a red highlight on the floor where the boss is going to land and stuff, so do be mindful of that. Try to dash out the way. You can die, a couple of you can die, so don't worry. It's not a complete wipe, it's not a complete fail if you do die. And again, just let your bees and Sheldons do the work. Massive DPS, and you can see we come in at the end and do that rift in 1 minute 51 seconds. Let's move on to the next one. So next up is Cave of Corruption. Again, we're using the Buzzkill, Vitamins, Life Jacket, Sheldon, Snacks, Vampire Teeth, Laser, and all of the pet rings again. So let's quickly have a quick overview of this rift. So again, just the same as Deep Gorge. On the run up to the boss, you just want to get your Sheldon down, let him tank for you, get your bees up, get your life jackets put on the bees, and when all these have got your Sheldons and bees up, the damage output is unreal. So it makes running to the boss pretty simple. Again, try to avoid dying if you can, because it means the despawn of the bees, and then you've got to try and kill enemies to get your bees spawn back up, and it is quite a loss of DPS. So, but it doesn't matter if one of you does die, it doesn't matter. It's not a complete time fail. And again, with the boss, you just want to hack and slash with the Buzzkill. Let all the pets and that do the work. If you are struggling with this boss, you could maybe swap the snacks out for the chickens, or the vampire teeth out for the chickens, just so you've got a couple of extra units to tank for you there. But like you can see in the video, we just come in hack and slash, try to avoid the attacks. Couple of us do die, it doesn't matter, and we come in beat that rift in 1 minute 45 seconds. Let's move on to the next one. And next up, we've got Canyon Gauntlet, and the build we used for this was the Portable Portal, the Taze, the Snow Globe, the Multi Zapper, R&B Mixtape, Lightning, the Auto Zapper, then we had the Explosive Ring, Time Ring, and the Warriors Ring for this one. So let's quickly have a quick overview of this rift. So Canyon Gauntlet, this one actually can be a bit tricky, and on the run up to the boss, you just want to obviously try to stick together, spam your gadgets. You've got some AoE gadgets there with your Multi Zap and your Snow Globe and stuff. Just spam them, get rid of the mobs as soon as you can. When you get to the top of that run, watch out for the tunnel area, because there's a few charges and things in there that can kill a few players. I've actually seen a few players die in that area because it's a bit congested. So just be mindful of that area. Again, run at the boss chamber, spamming your gadgets. When you get to the boss, just try to DPS him, use your gadgets on him, use that taser on him. That's why it's in there. And then just be mindful of his attacks. Just charge about a bit. If you can, trap him in one of the corners so he charges, but we didn't inside of the replay. Again, just try to avoid his attacks. You can hide behind things on the map there, then bricks and stuff, and then a few yous can die inside the boss's room. Don't worry about that. And then we come in, take him down at 1 minute 46 at the end. So next up is Breeding Grounds, and again, the build we come in was the Buzzkill, Vitamins, Life Jacket, Sheldon, Snacks, Vampire Teeth, Lightning, all pet rings. We didn't go for the chickens inside this room, but you can swap the chickens out for the Vampire Teeth or the snacks if you choose to do so. But we didn't, so we'll dive into the rift and have a quick overview of this one. And again, you want to come to the boss, spawn your Sheldons, and stand on the opposite side of your Sheldons. Let him do the tanking, and you can slash away at the boss at the back and get some nice damage on him that way. And then just rinse and repeat, get the bees up, let your pets do the work. This is the easiest rift out of them all. And like I say, we didn't use the chickens, but like I said at the start, you can use the chickens if you want that extra tanking. And then again, try to avoid his attacks. It is highlighted on the floor in red. Use your dashes to get out of the way. A few of you can die. Again, not to worry, because this rift is super simple. A few of you can die during this rift, and you can see there, we come in with a record at the end of the rift with 48 seconds, taking down this rift boss in hard mode with this build. So let's move on to the next rift. So the next one is Rooftop Rumble Hard. This is where things get interesting because you need a bit more coordination. We come in with a tank and a DPS, so let's run over the tank build first. So actually running the Spinsicles tank. So we had the Spinsicle, Vitamins, the Splash Heal, the Whistle, Vampire Teeth, Snacks, R&B Mixtape, and then we had the Dodge Ring, Warriors Ring, and then the Health Ring. And then for the DPS, we were coming with the Techno Fist, Vitamins, Snow Globe, Sticker, and then we had the Lightning, Laser, and Beam. And then we had the Warriors Ring, Precision Ring, and the Echo Ring. So coming in on round 1, the tank doesn't need to use his whistle here. Save your super loud whistle for round 2 and onwards. And the tank just wants to stay in the middle. So aggro the enemies and just spin away with your Spinsicle. Keep an eye on your teammates' health. Use that heal on your teammates to keep them alive if needs be. And then going into the next rounds, the people doing the DPS sort of need to stay out of the way, move up to the middle when they want to use the snow globes, get as many enemies inside of the radius of that snow globe as possible to do the DPS, and then it's all down to the tank to aggro the mobs as they spawn in, using that super loud whistle to make all the enemies go towards the spincicle. You can do damage because you've got your spincicle on with the warrior's ring as well, so you're getting that extra DPS. That is the key element to try and getting this rift done in under 2 minutes. And again, rinse and repeat, just help each other out. The tank keeps an eye on his DPSs, try to heal them when needs be, and the tank stays in the middle and uses that whistle to aggro all the enemies to the middle there, so it's easier for the DPS. And again, 1 or 2 years might be allowed to die inside this rift. More than that, you might struggle for the time. But like I say, it's up to the tank to keep everything in the middle, everything focused on the tank, and he can heal his teammates. And you can see there, we come in right at the end, completed in 1 minute 57 seconds. Next up is Ramparts, and we come in with the portal, rocket, snow globe, multi-zapper, R&B mixtape, lightning, the snacks. Then we had the precision ring, time ring, and the echo ring. So let's take a look at this rift run. So again, just like with the others, just on the run up to the boss chamber, just spam your gadgets, stick together. Do keep an eye on the guards with them shields, because when they charge you with the shield, they are pretty deadly. And another point of note on the run up to the boss is try and deal with the summoners quickly as possible as well, because they can be a bit of a pain. They keep spawning them dashes, and them dashes low-key do a lot of damage, and they're really, really a pain to deal with because they knock you and stun you and stuff. So keep an eye on the guards, keep an eye on the summoners, and deal with them as soon as possible on the run up to the boss's chamber. And then when you do get to the boss's chamber, focus fire on the boss. I would save your multi-zapper because you want to take the totems out as soon as possible, and the multi-zapper is just a great gadget to do that. As soon as he spawns the totems, get your multi-zapper on the totem, get them taken down, and then again, just follow the boss. Try and stick together with your R&B mixtape and stuff if you can. If you can't, it doesn't really matter. But just focus fire on the boss, spam the gadget on the boss, and you'll eventually come in. We took it down in 1 minute 58 seconds. Next up is Moonlit Ruins, and again, we're coming in with the portal, rocket, snow globe, multi-zapper, R&B mixtape, lightning, and the laser, and then the precision ring, time ring, and the echo ring. Kind of a difficult one, this, so let's take a look at our run inside this rift. So again, just like Ramparts on the run up, you just want to spam your AoE gadgets, sort of stick together, take things down as quickly as possible. And again, keep an eye out for them guards because they are such a pain. And again, we've got summoners inside of this rift run on the Moonlit Ruins, so you want to try and take down the summoners as soon as possible as well, because again, they can spawn them dashes, they're such a pain. So just deal with them on the run up. Again, a few of you can die on the run up to the boss's chamber. It's not recommended, but you can, so don't worry about it. So when you get to the boss's chamber, obviously you just want to focus fire on the boss, on the ladybug. Try and do as much damage to her. During the boss fight, she's going to spawn some monsters in certain phases. I suggest you save your snow globes for them phases, and when she just starts spawning the guards and stuff, use your snow globes there to deal with them to help damage the boss as well. Make sure she is inside your snow globe radius if you can. And again, rinse, repeat. Just use your gadgets on the boss. Let the portal do the work. Charge that multi-zapper up. Get additional damage on her, and you'll eventually come in and beat it. Just like us, just in the nick of time at 1 minute 59 seconds inside of this rift run. Moving on to Sewer Showdown, and we used the tank inside of this build. Again, it was a spincicle tank with the spincicle, vitamins, splash hill, whistle, and then we had the vampire teeth, snacks, R&B mixtape, guard ring, warrior's ring, and again the health ring. And then the DPS was coming in with the portal, the rocket, snow globe, multi-zapper, R&B mixtape, lightning, laser, precision ring, time ring, and the echo rings. Let's take a look at our run inside of this rift. So on this one, on your run up to the boss's chamber, just stick to the bottom side because there's actually ads on the top side. You don't need a fight, which saves precious time. So you can see from our run, we're coming in, we just stick to one side. And when the tank gets to this point, don't use your super loud whistle there because you will aggro all the enemies to you. So just hold off on your super loud whistle. Again, spamming your gadgets and everything on the run up to the boss's chamber, sort of sticking together, letting your tank do the work, getting damage. Keep an eye on them guards again inside of this run because they are a pain and they can do a lot of damage to you. And again, doesn't matter if 1 or 2 years die on the run up here. Not too bad, but it is a short run to the boss's chamber, this one. It's not too difficult, so let's jump right into the boss's chamber. So inside of this fight, obviously, you just want to let the DPS spam the gadgets and all the DPS stuff on the boss. Again, the tank can just stand there with his spincicle, spinning around, doing additional damage to the boss. And the key part is for the tank in this run, when the boss does spawn all the poison on the floor and it makes it hard to get near the boss to damage him, the tank wants to go to the edge of the poison where there's none on the floor, pop your super loud whistle, pull the boss to you, so then all the DPS can stand in the non-poison parts of the floor and chip away and damage the boss. And then just rinse and repeat that, guys. Again, tank, keep a eye on your DPS. If they need healed, heal them. So keep an eye on that. That is your job to do that as well. And then you'll eventually get it, just like we did. We come in and we beat this rift in 1 minute 55 seconds. And then finally, we've got tournament grounds. And the build of the game we were using was the Buzzkill Vitamins Life Jacket Sheldon. We had the snacks, vampire teeth, and the laser and pet rings. If you want, you can swap out the vampire teeth for the chickens if you want it a bit more tanking, a little bit more DPS. We didn't. We used the snacks and the vampire teeth inside of this run, so let's see how we beat it. Again, you want to use your Sheldon to tank, place him down, stand on the opposite side of your Sheldon, hack and slash, get your bees up. That's where the DPS comes in with this build. And again, just avoid the boss's attacks. You can see them highlighted in red. Try your best to avoid them. And again, just like the other ones, hunters, you can die. Doesn't matter. You have got plenty of time. You have got a lot of DPS coming in. And then when he goes to the phase where he spawns the grub and that's running around the arena, you want to take that down as soon as possible, because it is a bit of a pain charging. You can push it about the map everywhere. So take that down as soon as possible. With the buzz kills, good news, it's not too bad. You will take it down pretty quick. Then when he goes into the next phases again, hack and slash, just avoid them attacks. And it is really that simple for this last rift. He doesn't move around so much after the first phase. And then when he gets into the last phase, it's the easiest phase, I think, his very last phase where he's standing there. It does slow attacks, and again, rinse and repeat. You can die. Don't worry about it. We lost a hunter or two inside of this run, as you can see from the replay. And then we hack and slash, and we come in, take him down in 1 minute 59 seconds. So there's all the builds and sort of the guides for these hard drifts in under 2 minutes. If you like this video, consider dropping me a like down below. You want to see more Moco content, feel free to subscribe. We'll catch you, hunters, in the next video.